In the past few years, there have been lots of videos online circulating, such as like First Amendment audits, for an example. Like videos like that show the tyranny and sometimes like obstructive, and sometimes sometimes like obscure nature between authority between like enforcing the law. Well, and this can go with judges as well, like judges, law enforcement. But I think that this judge specifically is getting way too much hate for actually just doing his job. And it's mainly like just a speculation of like the nature of like how people who enforce the law treat other people of the public, because if you guys know this, right, this is just common knowledge. Like the government serves us, such as like judges, law enforcement, public employees that work at like other facilities or some shit, right? Like things like that, and that is one of the biggest speculations that most public servants get. And this Judge Fleischer, Judge Fischler, I cannot pronounce his name, is a big aspect of this, because some people criticize him saying, "Oh, he's too unprofessional," but in my personal opinion, the dude is literally just doing his job, and that's what I'm going to be explaining today. There are some cases online between Judge Fleischer and like some of the like defendants that he prosecutes, and some of the people that he actually sentences, and like some of the clips actually mainly more demonstrate as more of like a wake-up call, and hence why that is why he talks to people like this, because some people commit the most despicable crimes, and or just like do the dumbest mistakes possible, and this judge honestly just wants to fix those people, so he like goes out of his way to talk like in like a certain tone that can seem aggravating to other people that speculate and watch these videos of him. But it's mainly just like the main misunderstanding that like he's just like the way that he talks is mainly like used as a wake-up call. So I want to give you guys a few examples real quick. So here are a few clips of what I'm saying.
What do you do in life?
I have my own business.
Doing what?
Cutting grass.
Okay. How's that going?
It's going great.
Did you graduate from high school?
Oh no, sir, not yet.
That's what we're working on now. I'm now setting your case for 2 weeks from today. And I want you to start Googling on how to get your GED or getting back into high school.
I'm still going to take him into custody. I find that he's a danger to our community. He's continuing to just.
Mr. Frank, what am I supposed to do? Continue to let this happen?
For me.
You violate those conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at zero bond. Zero bond. And I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect every single person.
Well, thankfully that there are like the majority of people that I can actually see through this language and tone barrier and are just completely fucking like dumb and just completely like other brain dead without using logic, and actually can see that like using this type of tone is more like the proper way to somebody than actually just talking to someone as if they're just like a fucking citizen of the public. But on the other hand, you have so many other people who's just saying that he's a rude asshole, and that like they're amazed that he's still a judge, and encouraging people to go out and vote, and basically just to get him out, and just to fucking just get rid of him as a whole. Look, like overall, I do agree. Like there is some perspective on which how you talk to somebody, whether that's in a professional setting, but like when you have, but like when you take like the perspective of like the reason why these people are even in the courtrooms for doing something completely utterly fucking stupid, and like sometimes the most despicable shit imaginable, that's just completely stupid, or that involves putting people in danger, you are going to get that reaction out of someone, especially a judge, that they're gonna like provoke you and yell at you. So no, like in a position like this, no one's gonna sit there and be like, okay, well, alright, well, John, okay, so I'm gonna give you fucking 30 days in jail with a $2,000 fine. Please don't do that again. No one's gonna fucking do that in that position. Use your goddamn brain. Like any other person is gonna look at someone and be like, hey, you're acting like a fucking idiot. Stop it. That is what this judge does. And for some reason, there's way too many people with tens of thousands of likes, like on comments with these videos saying like, oh, he's too mean, and they don't fucking see it, and it's pretty damn sad. Now there are some cases where Judge Fleischer has actually like given some bonds to some of the people, and I've just warned them to like not do it again. and just gives them like certain like requirements like further bond, and usually doesn't put them in jail like the majority of the time. But like the more popular clips that get millions and millions of views on the regular are like the more controversial clips of him yelling at people and just giving them a piece of his mind. And the ones that make Judge Fleisher here crash out are like the, like I said, are like mainly the more popular ones. But the thing is, it gets like extreme backlash, but extreme love at the same time. And I think that's what makes this judge really interesting to me, considering how controversial he is. He's even said himself multiple times that like he knows that he gets criticized a lot, and he knows that some people are out there that have like a massive fan base even surrounding him. Like there's literally channels dedicated to him with thousands and sometimes even hundreds of thousands of subs within these people that tune in like daily to watch this dude criticize people live. Quick more few details about this judge is that he ran in 2022 as a Democrat and was actually and was reelected that like to being the judge that he is now, and he works at the Harris County. He works in Harris County, Texas, at court number 5, special number 5, and that's mainly like all we know about him. But what we do know is that obviously like most people do, he has a wife and kids. So I mean, not really anything interesting, but you know. Now continuing like with the whole tone and like language barrier usage and how he speaks to his like defendants and shit. Perfect and most controversial example of this is when a dude came in with his kid and he forgot to charge his ankle monitor for 3 whole days. And in his speculation, he said that it was not working. And some people were saying that Judge Fleischer was being way too harsh, and that he should just listen to the man, and saying that like he wasn't listening to the man, saying that like the charger wasn't working. But the more controversial like perspective about this case was the whole point that the man was trying to make about the charger, that it actually like that actually sometimes like it actually doesn't work and it can malfunction. But the thing is, who you gonna believe? That's the thing. Especially like in my personal opinion, when you leave it off for 3 whole days, because it was off for 3 whole days and you didn't call nobody to fix it. Yeah, no, I'm with Judge Fleischer on this one. Like no, I'm not fucking buying it. Yeah, let me show you this clip here real quick.
What's going to happen if you go to jail? These are things that you think about when you're in the free world and when you have bond conditions. Because when you break the bond conditions, what happens to you?
I did call them and tell them that it's a malfunction on my team. They said they could see my signal, and they give me.
You repeatedly have the device that goes out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to call this people. The device has gone dead. 3 days over there, now 6 hours over here. What am I supposed to do?
I was unaware of it being dead. I put it on the
She's
charger.
telling me they reached out to you.
Oh, they do. Every time they call me, I put it on the charger. They call me. They do call me and I put it on the charger.
Why do they have to call you to even tell you to put it on the charger, Mr. McCollum?
Sometimes I'm at school. A lot of times a day I can't charge it at school. The charger is not close to my barber station. So
why can't you charge it at night when you're at home with the baby?
I do. Sometimes it acts as if it's charging, but it's not charging. So it's not that I'm not trying not to charge. I do try to charge.
Judge, I would ask if the court would instruct him to go 549 Sanders Sound today, just for them to check the device, and if there is something wrong, for them to put it in.
I'm putting him in jail. I don't know what you're going to do with this kid, man.
I haven't done anything wrong, sir. I promise.
But you have done something wrong. You've repeatedly done something wrong.
But my ankle monitor, like I didn't know.
You can see in this clip of like how like the dude's like kind of like switching up a bit, and he's not keeping his story straight at all. But yes, and the judge is like not buying, which I completely understand. But because like this dude's not keeping his story straight at all. Because first it's like oh well, you know, it's fully like you know, like it's fully like not working. Then it's like oh well, you know, I plug it in. And it should work, and then sometimes it doesn't. It's like blah, 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 blah. Like this dude is like going like 15 different fucking directions with his story, and as a judge, the most obvious thing in this situation is to disregard everything, because this dude sounds like he's bullshitting, and he more than likely is. How the fuck does it go on for 3 whole days, and it doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. But again, like I already said, The main aspect of this here is the way that he is talking to him. I think people don't understand that like, sure, right? But like when it comes to like a public employee talking to like a member of the public, they should be respectful. I said this already. But when it comes to like in a law perspective, it is going to be completely different. And then when judges have to deal with people like this who repeatedly like have to repeatedly deal with idiots like this fucking guy, and constantly talk about that, and constantly like make up like these stories that are more than likely not even real, and these people don't, and these people like don't like have a fucking straight storyline that can properly fit the narrative of the whole situation. Like if someone does that to you, and they do something extremely fucked up, like most criminals do, like not even like in a law or criminal perspective, if someone is constantly disobeying you and is constantly doing stupid shit to you, you are going to react to that person as well, because they are doing stupid shit to you, or they're just acting like a dumbass in general. Like it is a completely normal reaction, especially like as a judge, like because like with most people with judges, like they sign agreements that they agree to be like, okay, I'll follow my conditions of my bond, then they don't do it. And that's why these judges get mad and raise their voice and speak in a certain way. And people are like, oh, well, and people are like, oh, well, he's a public employee. He shouldn't be talking like that. Cry me a fucking river, bro. I mean, what do you want him to do? Like, there's no other way to wake these people up and get them to realize that these people are fucking up in their lives, and they keep like getting more and more cases, or literally just at any other job. Like when you're fucking up constantly, what is your manager or boss going to do? Yell at you because you're a fucking retard that keeps messing up. What do you want them to do? Give you another slap on the wrist and be like, hey man, I already told you this 15 times already, but do not put the fucking fries in the goddamn freezer after they're already cooked, or some bullshit like that, right? It amazes me that there's so many people that hate on this judge, that don't know how to use like critical thinking skills, and to like put themselves like in the perspective of like the way about like how a job works, especially like as a judge. Like as a judge, you are going to fucking snap out at people because they are being stupid and they constantly like disobey the law constantly over and over again. Especially like some people who commit the most heinous shit that show up in this dude's courtroom, like such as murder, or accidentally killing someone in a fucking DWI. Like of course you're gonna get yelled at, because that is one of the biggest things in accountability as well. It's not even like just like in a job perspective. It's about like all accountability of like what you did, about like what you did. Like someone is going to usually yell at you because you are constantly doing something fucking dumb. That's what happens. One of the biggest complaints I see from people that hate on this judge as well, that hate on Judge Fleisher, is that apparently he never listens to certain people, and in like certain cases he's like not listening. People need to understand that he's literally sitting there, fucking like in most of these clips, sitting there listening to the counter argument, and disregarding that, because most of the time, because like if you watch like the average court episode, like most of the shit that comes out of like these defendants' mouths, it's just complete bullshit, and is more like 99% of the time not compassionate, like from the heart at all, that they are just trying to get out of the situation, so they spew as much bullshit as possible. Along with that, mainly, and like the whole point with that mainly is that they come up with the most invalid excuses, or possible reasoning. So that is why the judge is not listening, because he thinks it's bullshit. That's what judges do. Fuck me, bro. It amazes me that people don't understand like the basics of being a judge. Like of course, like the majority of the time you're gonna disregard someone, because the majority of the time that comes out of the defendant's mouth, it is complete bullshit. And here's what I mean by that. Like I want to show you like some. I want to show you like a bit of this case for an example.
I was young. That was years ago.
How old are you now?
I'm 28. I'm an engineer offshore. I got my ducks in a row. The DWI here. It was a miscommunication, and I showed up in court to the lawyer after I failed. She said I failed to appear. Me and my lawyer showed up in court and explained that it was a miscommunication. She reinstated the bond. We're back on good terms with everything. I think I have a court date coming up soon for that. She said I no longer have to show up since I work offshore, so my lawyer's gonna show up for me. So this is the only thing that I have. Those other cases, when I was a young college student, I got my stuff together now, Judge. I promise you, like, I am not a flight risk or anything like that. I take my life very serious, and I'm not just talking. I'm speaking from the heart.
Little bunnies jumping in the
No,
woods.
sir, definitely not. Most definitely not. And if I am able to bond out, I
Let me
will
ask you
show up
this.
in Orange
If
County.
you were the judge, would you give that person standing in front of you a bond?
Yes, sir. Only I would love for you to. I'm going to show up out there. I've already talked to my mom and everybody. I'm showing up. If you give me a chance, or I promise you, I will not disappoint you.
Not even Jesus himself could convince me to give you a chance now, Mr. Greenway. 13 FTAs.
Sir, those were a decade ago. I was young. Those
Still
I'm
28,
I'm a
Mr.
whole
Greenway.
different man. I'm a whole different person. I've been through college, put myself through. I'm on my stuff, sir. I've been at my job.
So the fact that you took off on the DWI here
I
not
didn't-
5 months ago, you've matured since that 5 months, I guess.
That was just a miscommunication, and I took it upon myself to show up in court. I showed up in court myself. I did not run. I was not caught. I showed up.
And that right there is why the judge has been getting shit in this clip. It is so fucking dumb. Like, everyone is complaining, well, the judge is not listening to him. Like all those cases were 10 years ago. Meanwhile, he gets a DWI for 5 months ago. And he's saying, and people are believing him, I guess, but by saying, oh, well, it was a miscommunication. Bro, you were found guilty, and you were put in front of this judge before, more than likely. Saying the prosecutors put you up there with details about this so-called incident, and you're really gonna make that excuse, really? Especially in this case, the dude had 13 previous fucking violations. And now all of a sudden he's probably a changed man when he just had a case 5 months ago. Like come on, bro. Like, no, like, any reasonable person, and it amazes me that these fucking comments on this video have over, like, 7,000, like, thousands upon thousands of likes, like, mainly, like, in the thousands range, some of which get even, like, to 8,000, like I already said. Like, it is absolutely amazing that people don't know, like the basics of, like, of a fucking courtroom. Like, clearly, most of the people that are saying this shit do not know, like, how a courtroom actually fucking works. It doesn't matter, like, how long ago your case actually was, unless if it's like dismissed and off your record. It does not matter. Like it does not matter how long your case ago was. In the court of law, 99% of the time, like law enforcement officers and especially judges are gonna look at your past history and be like, okay, like, I'm not going to take any risk, and this guy's more than likely a bad guy. That is how that works, and that is usually, like, what happens. And I completely understand that, because majority of the time, like I said again and again, most of the shit that comes out of these people's mouths is completely fucking disregarded. Because these people just spew nonsense, saying, like, oh, well, I changed. Meanwhile, like, this guy got a fucking case, like, 5 months ago. Come on now, bro. Like, it amazes me that there's tens of thousands of people that buy this bullshit. I mean, like what the fuck are we thinking? And frankly, in this case as well, I was able to find some comments of people not being completely fucking stupid and just overall being like, hey, like the judge is right and whatever, but people saying how much they love the judge and blah 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 and whatever. So thank God. So I'm just glad that like with this judge, like there are some people out there that are just not completely fucking stupid. Other than that, it's pretty much all I have to say. I just really wish that people would stop calling the student an asshole and just learn the basics of like both social interaction and people and people would just hopefully someday learn the fucking basics of how a courtroom works. But I guess the majority of people like do not understand that at all, and so it's unfortunate. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what I have to say. Follow my Twitter. I tweet a bunch of random shit on there. Follow my TikTok. I post like mini skits and commentaries. And follow my Instagram. I'll upload like shit from my TikTok onto my Instagram, and then like I'll just upload like all my shit over there. Follow my Twitch. I'm gonna start doing some more gaming content. I just uploaded a video 2 weeks ago with some Roblox content that I streamed. I'm planning on like going for some more gaming accomplishments, which is also pinned on my Instagram page. You guys can go look at that. I've been doing it for over 2 years now. Or like about almost 2 years, or a year. I don't fucking remember. My brain's kind of fried. I'm too stupid to remember. Join my Discord is dead. I like to have some people to chat to on there. And you know what? Like all the shit that I didn't say already, just follow everything you see below in the description. And other than that, that's pretty much what I have to say. See ya.